Good afternoon. This is Mr. Master Benjamin and this is Mrs. Master Benjamin. We're going to go over some basic stances and why they're important and how it leads into a possible street fight situation, why these are important to get these basics down now. As you know, there's a ready stance, which is June B. You're ready for anything, okay? This just to get you set up and get you going, okay? And then we have a walking stance, which is just real simple, just walking back and forth. There's nothing unique about this stance, okay? These are some of the basic stances that we do. Now, we have a front stance. This is where it gets a little different. Front stance is slightly wider. The front knee is bent here and gives you a little bit more stability, okay? Now, we have another stance called a back stance or fighting stance, where the legs are kind of like perpendicular to one another. The front one is always facing a certain way. The back one is always facing the other way, and it could be, see how easy I switched here. This is a basic fighting stance or a back stance. Important thing about this, about 3/4 of your weight is on the back, so you can lean and kick if you have to here. Lean here and kick if you have to. Now, there's one other stance, basic stances that is. One other basic stance is a kimasagi or horseback stance. This is very deep stance, and if you lock your knees out and then drop them, about the time that your feet disappear is when you have a good stance. This is good for just basic punching here. This is good for basic punching, you know. You wouldn't use this a whole lot in a situation like a street fight or something, but you could use it for distance. Right now she is out of reach for me with kicking or punching or anything, but I can step in and boom. So that's when you would use a horseback stance, exactly, yeah. All right, so now you need to work on these stances. We need to work on them so when you're going up and down the floor, you maintain stances, whatever technique you're doing for your balance, your stability, and then this parlays into fighting situations when we do sparring, and then of course any street situation. When you're in a situation outside, you're going to be having to switch very quickly, okay? You don't want to be in a situation here and then someone's coming over here and you're not twisting yourself or getting your stability and your stance in a good position here. You could get knocked off real easy. You could get caught off guard. If there's someone coming up behind you, you have to be able to take these stances and move very quickly. As you get towards black belt, the forms get progressively harder and you're going to be switching and jumping around a lot more. And this is why these stances are important. Anything you want to add, Mrs. Master?
Practice them. You want to keep your weight in your hips. If you're in your front stance, and you're leaning forward or leaning sideways, not too much, it's going to make you unbalanced. If your heel is up, you're unbalanced, easier to fall down. Keep that weight down. A little squat helps in all your stances. Just squat it down from the hips. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Please practice these, they're important.